Welcome to round 5 of my AFL tipping. Let's just get straight into it. I missed round 4. I was a little bit unwell and I couldn't get it done. I'm still a bit unwell. My mum has contracted COVID, which is crazy. But let's get to it. I reckon Brisbane is going to get a big win here at the Gabba. Collingwood may try to challenge a little bit, but I don't really see them getting this. I think Brisbane will get a good win at home, at least by 28, at least. So it could be even worse than that. But I'll go with 28 for now. This game could be interesting because Bulldogs have to win. But do they have a tiny bit of doubt now? Do they have doubt because they've lost a lot of games that they probably should have won? And they're facing a young Roos that'd be hurting a little bit after that loss, that close loss against Sydney. And they'd probably fancy their chances against a Bulldog side that was absolutely woeful last week and missing everything. I don't know if I'd be ballsy here and tip North. I'm actually considering it. Believe it or not. It sounds crazy, but I'm considering it for sure. I think this is a case of, regardless of sides, Bulldogs have to win this game. But they're looking bad. They're looking real bad. But I'm going to back them in to get it done. They have to get it done. If Bulldogs don't get this done, they're done for. I think they'll win by 18. Sydney versus West Coast. West Coast got a surprising but good win against Collingwood at Marvel. Very well done of them. However, I know there's going to be no Lance Franklin, but I still think Sydney has all the class to get it done. And they probably should here. They should get it done by... I think it could be a close game, but I might go 16 points. Next game, I was impressed with Gold Coast, but I did tip them in my tipping. I'm in a tipping comp with my family. And I tipped Gold Coast, and they did win. St Kilda are on a roll right now, and I think St Kilda would really fancy their chances here at Marvel. So Gold Coast do okay at Marvel too. That's the funny thing, is they actually do alright. They don't do bad there. Who do I rate more? I'm going to say St Kilda for now. I'm going to say St Kilda win by 27. Adelaide versus Richmond. Now this game is interesting because the Tigers are a bit up and down. Win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. They've looked pretty shaky, but they've been getting it done against some teams. I think they should get it done against Adelaide, but Adelaide will fancy their chances here. They'll probably really fancy their chances here. I will say Richmond by a lot of big games, I think, are going to happen. You know what? Now that Tex Walker's back, I was going to say that Richmond would blow them out, but maybe they still do. Let's just say 26. 26 points for the Tigers. Alright, next game. MCG. Melbourne versus Giants. I want to tip the Giants, but they're woeful right now. They're bad. They're down on themselves. They're going up against a Melbourne team that's flying. I'm going to say Melbourne get this done by 7 in a surprisingly close game, because GWS will be fighting tooth and nail. They'll probably really want to win this game, but Melbourne are just going to get it done. And it's going to break their hearts, and it's going to suck. But that's the way it's got to be. It's Melbourne, man. They get this shit done. I'm not even a Melbourne fan. I'm a Freo fan. Carlton versus Port. This is going to be a close tipping affair. I think a lot of people are going to fancy Carlton, but Carlton on paper should be getting it done. They should have got it done against Gold Coast, but they didn't. Maybe they'll come out breathing fire at the MCG. Something in me is telling me Port Adelaide are going to get their first win of the year. So very well could. I'm going to do it. I'm going to tip Port Adelaide by 11. I'm going to do it. I'm going to roll the dice. So Port win by 11. Even though I think Carlton probably should be beating Port Adelaide. They're pretty bad right now. I'm gonna settle with Port. I think Port has to get a win, and they're overdue, and they probably will finally win, and it's going to break Carlton's hearts. All right, next game, Fremantle versus Essendon. I'm a massive Fremantle fan. That doesn't mean I tip for Fremantle all the time. I tipped West Coast in the Derby, but then again, at the last minute, I'm pretty sure at the last minute, I changed it in my actual tipping to Fremantle. So in my video, I said it was West Coast, but then I changed it at the last minute. And I did the same thing with GWS versus Freo. I was going to tip GWS, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to change it to Freo. And both times they got up. I've seen enough now of what Freo's been doing earlier in the year, and I think the Peter Wright machine of the one-man toll, getting it done week after week after week, kicking bags, I think that finally ends. And it's going to end this weekend against the defence of Fremantle. And Fremantle are going to get the job done for the first time in years at Marvel Stadium. And maybe I jinx Freo, maybe they lose. It's very likely, because we lose at Marvel a lot, and we suck at Marvel, and we suck against Essendon at Marvel. But we have to finally beat them. It's overdue. It's just overdue. And I think Fremantle are going to get it done by... Maybe it'll be close because it's away. It's going to tip us by 29. I'm going to be ballsy and tip us by 29. I think we might be able to hurt them if we're lucky. But it might not be the same as the last 2 weeks. We might end up losing a closer affair, or we might win a close affair. I'm going to go 29. Fremantle are going to win by 29. I'm going to be up and about. Geelong versus Hawthorn. Look, I want to tip Hawthorn, and I want to give them belief. But after last week, when I tipped them last week and they did that to me, this team is still building. They're still a young team. Geelong. They're going to get it done by 14 points. And that's that. That's the round, guys. If you like my tips, feel free to follow the page, to subscribe and like, and leave your comments below who you think's going to win. That's the top ladder for you there. We got Melbourne, we got Brisbane, Freo, Saints, Geelong, Sydney, Richmond, Carlton. That's our top 8 right now. Carlton hanging by a thread, man. After that Port Adelaide loss, I'm predicting it. I'm manifesting it. And then they're going to come over to Optus and face Freo in the Len Hall, and they might break our hearts in that game. I hope not, but they might do that for revenge to Gold Coast and St Kilda. No, not Gold Coast. Gold Coast. Who do they face after that? Who do they face this week? Gold Coast, and then it was Port. Revenge to Port. Here I am. I'm going senile, man. Yeah, I hope we beat them finally in the Len Hall next week. I'm sick of losing to Carlton. And we've got to finally win. Finally, please, Freo, please. Don't break my heart again, okay? All right, peace.